But then I go and watch their what I eat in a day videos from when they were vegan or raw vegan or whatever the hell. And I'm like, did you seriously think that that was enough food? Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It's Elitza, or Fruits for Glutes Fitness if you are here from Instagram. If you are new to my channel though, then I love to make content related to health, fitness, self-care, anything along those lines. So make sure you hit the subscribe button if that's something that is of interest to you. Today I wanted to make a video basically talking about my experience with my iron deficiency. Iron is a mineral that the body uses to make hemoglobin, which then helps the body to carry oxygen to like the tissues and cells of our body and basically helps the body to function properly. So it's very important for our health and well-being, and we can have serious health problems if we do not have enough iron. And a lot of really annoying symptoms like extreme tiredness, paleness, dryness, just so many uncomfortable symptoms, which I felt, did not like. Don't get iron deficient, it sucks. If you work out, if you're a bodybuilder, if you run, if you do anything active, if you are into fitness in any way, do not get iron deficient. Iron has a huge role in muscle recovery, so if your muscles cannot recover properly, it will really impact your workouts, every single one. There can be a lot of causes for iron deficiency, but the most common one is definitely diet. If we are eating a lot of food, a lot of variety of food, so nuts, grains, seeds, fruits, vegetables, we're usually going to get enough nutrients overall. However, another reason for iron deficiency, and for basically any nutrient deficiency, is absorption, because sometimes the body can't properly absorb the nutrients, so we need to help it out a little bit. So let me give you an example with iron. Is a lot easier for the body to absorb if it's paired with vitamin C. So literally, if you just drink a glass of orange juice with it, it's already going to absorb better. So this is why I say eat a lot of food and a whole variety of food, because this way a lot of nutrients that come into the body can just help each other to absorb, and that way we can avoid nutrient deficiencies. I firmly believe that it did not, and I have a little bit of evidence for this, so I'll get to that in a bit. But a lot of the time we do hear ex-vegans blaming their label that they've put on the diet, so vegan or raw vegan, on their deficiencies or on whatever problems that they had. I'm not saying it's not common. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen ever. It's absolutely something that happens, but it's a lot of the time just related to the amount of foods we're eating. I've heard so many ex-vegans talking to a camera all sad and being like, yeah, this diet didn't work for me because it made me exhausted and it made my brain not work, and whatever else they say. No judgment, not naming names. But then I go and watch their what I eat in a day videos from when they were vegan or raw vegan or whatever the hell. And I'm like, did you seriously think that that was enough food for you not to get deficient? Did you seriously think, like, did you ever actually go back and like count those calories? Because, I mean, if we care about our health and if we're out on the internet and promoting health related things, I think it's really important to also kind of take into account how much food am I promoting is healthy. Anyway, little rant over. 3 years ago, I did find out that I was iron deficient for the first time, and the interesting thing about that is I was actually eating meat at the time. I was eating eggs, chicken, salmon, milk, all of the non-vegan foods. However, I was not eating enough of those foods. I basically started to eat a lot of food after that, and I started to really take into account what I was eating and how much of it I was eating, and I actually went vegan a few months after that. So after I went vegan, I got my blood checked a few times and my iron was fine. Last year, around this time, it was around the springtime, I actually got mono. And I don't know if you guys are aware of how mono works, but it's just kind of a sneaky, terrible virus. Not a fun virus. Don't get mono. Avoid it at all costs. It absolutely sucks. But what mono does to the body is it slows down the system a lot after you have it. So it will usually make the person feel very fatigued. It will usually make them feel weak. The immune system will be really low, and the whole body, the whole system will just be a lot slower, and metabolism will be a lot slower. So personally, my theory with how I got iron deficient is that my metabolism got so incredibly slow that I was actually not craving a lot of food. And I remember this time of my life, I was like, why am I not craving all my favorite foods? Why am I not wanting to eat? This is so annoying. It was super annoying. I wanted to eat. I'm such a foodie. I love eating food, and it was just so annoying. I wanted to eat my favorite foods, but I was not craving them as much. And it's because my metabolism got slower. And so I think that because of this lack of food, hence eat a lot of food to avoid deficiencies, I guess my iron just got lower and lower and lower and lower, and I didn't think that it was a problem. I never actually expressed any concern because my iron had been so okay. Then finally January rolls around and I was like, oh my goodness, like I don't know what's going on, and I was starting to get very specific symptoms, and enough time after mono had passed already that I thought, okay, this might be something else. So I ended up going to a doctor, went to get some blood work done. It was a big needle. There was a lot of tests being done. There was 6 fat tubes of blood being taken, and probably the biggest needle that I had ever gotten in my life. So that part was not fun, but it's fine. It was fine. I survived. So I got my results then a week later and found out that I was iron deficient. And what was funny was she's like, it's really funny because on the chart, all of your nutrients are perfect. Your B12, your D, your everything, your D, your vitamin D everything's perfect, except your iron is dangerously low. And I was like, well, this is wonderful. So I have heard terrible things about iron supplements because my mom used to be iron deficient in the past, and she's like, don't take supplements because they suck. But my iron was so dangerously low that I couldn't avoid them, I just had to. So I started taking iron supplements immediately, but the funny thing was I go to the pharmacy and I talk to the pharmacist, which my doctor told me to do. Pharmacist was just like, well, which type of iron did your doctor say to take? And I was like, huh? There's various types of iron? I didn't even know that. So I go back to the doctor being like, hey, which one should I take? And she just like, I don't know, talk to the pharmacist. Okay, so then I go back to the pharmacist and they're like, well, we can't give you medical advice, so you have to go talk to your doctor again. I'm like, are you serious? Like, why is this so complicated? I ended up figuring it out and it ended up being totally fine. So I take 2 tablets of ferrous fumarate. Now, since then, I've been taking that, and let me tell you something about iron supplements. My mom was right. They are not fun. They are not fun at all. They cause a lot of interesting digestive problems, but one thing that I've noticed is my body got used to them pretty quickly, and once it got used to them, I felt totally fine. I almost didn't even notice, like, it was like a little bit of bloating, and yeah, just a lot of things. Google it if you want to know exactly what it does. It's not the most fun. Although it usually takes about 2 to 3 months for it to like fully absorb into the bloodstream, I felt a difference within a week or 2, like a little bit more alive, a little bit better, a little bit more, I would say, a little bit more moist. My body felt more moist than usual. And by that I mean like my skin, my hands, like just my body. My nails got really nice really quickly. I think it was about a month and a half. I don't know if this is gonna focus. There we go, focused. So that's my nails. They're not the nicest, but they're the longest they've ever been. Overall, my energy got so much better. I feel a lot less tired, and I've been lifting so much heavier, and I am loving it. Oh my god, I'm loving it. It feels so good to be able to like feel strong again, like super strong. You know that feeling when like you are in a workout and you like it's going so well and like you just feel so good. Love that feeling. So it's been so nice to be able to like have that again. I was so thankful when I found out that I had an iron deficiency because it's such an easy fix. Just take a supplement. So like if you do suspect that you might have an iron deficiency, or if you have any of the symptoms that I mentioned, go to a doctor, get your blood checked. It might save your life, or it might just improve the quality of your life, and you might have more energy, or you know, more drive to do things. more optimism in your life and stuff. So if you do suspect iron deficiency, then I would highly recommend to get that checked out. And I hope everyone's staying healthy and safe, and if you do have any questions for me about this topic, I would love to answer them, so definitely leave them as a comment below, or you can send me a DM on Instagram. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, then hit the thumbs up button and subscribe for more videos that will be coming in the future. Yeah, in the meantime, I hope that you guys have a lovely week, and thank you for watching. Bye!